Good evening and a very warm welcome to each of the attendees of this Spotlight webinar.
Ma'am, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I'm just going on FB live. It's not yet live.
You just give me a thumbs up.
I'll give you a thumbs up. I'll let you know when it goes live.
Yeah. Rati ma'am, your managing trustee hasn't joined, Mr. Dige?
No.
Not yet.
Joined.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. Yes, it's coming.
श्वेता सरांना जरा फोन करून विचार.
Hello.
Yes, we are now live on Facebook.
Okay. Good evening and a very warm welcome to everyone present here. I would like to specially welcome the speaker for today, Madam Rati Bhosekar, who is going to showcase her school, Saraswati Mandir Trust. The trustee members, Madam Apte, we would especially like to welcome Mr. Jinan Podapalli, who is the mentor for natural learning process that is followed in Saraswati Mandir Trust. Today, we are going to spotlight and showcase the practices and the island of excellence that is Saraswati Mandir Trust. All of you would be very curious as to where this school is situated. This school is situated in Thane, a suburb of Mumbai in Maharashtra. Okay, so we now move on to introduce Rati Bhosekar, who is having an experience of more than 28 years in the field of early childhood education. She has been the spearhead for many innovative practices. She writes newspaper articles, she conducts workshops in various colleges. She has been invited by the NCERT to present her practice, the toy-based pedagogy, and also she is the winner of the Innovation Award by NCERT, where she highlighted the practices that are present in the school, where they are helping the students to smoothly transit from pre-primary school to primary school. Before we begin, I would like to introduce the AECED, Association for Early Childhood Development and Education. One second. May I share, Grishma, please share Association for Early Childhood Education and Development. I need Grishma to share the screen. I'm not able to share the screen. Grishma?
Yes, ma'am. So sorry, my screen had frozen. Just 2 minutes. I'm sharing it. Is it visible?
Yes. So this is AECED, National Association for Early Childhood Education and Development, who is showcasing the practices that are present, that are practiced in Saraswati Mandir Trust. Let's move on. A little bit about our organization. So initially, IAP, that is Indian Association for Preschool Education, had been established in 1964, and basically with the motive of bringing together all the professionals in the field of early childhood care and education. It was established in New Delhi in Lady Irving College, Department of Child Development, in the presence of the first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru. IAP was basically to empower the adults, parents, teachers through professional development workshops and refresher courses. Next. Indian Association for Preschool Education was invited by the government or to be on various committees related to child welfare, related to integrated child development schemes for Anganwadis and Balwadis to establish the non-formal education that is presently practiced. We were also a part of Maharashtra's Maharashtra government's Ram Joshi Commission to review the preschool education in the state, with BMC for training teachers for the new English medium schools. In 2008, IAP was dissolved and it evolved into a new avatar, into a new form that was Association for Early Childhood Education and Development, and it was registered. AECED's mandate now includes, we focus on the objectives are a right-based approach. Besides teachers, we also have started working with parents, children, and other stakeholders in early childhood education. And the aim is to provide guidance for holistic child development in the 21st century. Next, please. So at the state level, AECED has been very active in providing recommendations to regulate the ECE centers in Maharashtra 2012. We have also contributed to the regulatory guidelines for creche and daycare centers in Maharashtra in 2017. And AECD also was a part of the nationwide group to give feedback on NEP. Next, please. So these are, various activities we are doing. We are having advocacy in national policies. We conduct conferences and seminars. We have been having webinars for parents. We have helped in teacher development by providing teacher resources. We have been very active in opening new branches, and our main goal is to network and establish linkages with organizations who are working in the field of ECD, and we acknowledge good practices and practitioners, and that is one of the reasons how this spotlight webinars evolved. Next, please. These are our activities. We have consultancy services, refresher courses, networking, professional development, where we have many workshops for early childhood educators. We have a lot of workshops and interactions for parents in order to upgrade and build the skills for better child development. We have advocacy and information. We provide information through various newsletters and also brochures that are distributed freely. Next, please. We have e-newsletters, which is sent to all the members. Practiced or that are processed through these newsletters, please do write in. Next, please. This is an outreach program that we have for parents, the joy of parenting, and this we networked with Bal Mandir Research Foundation, and we are enabling schools to conduct parent programs in their own schools. And this was also, we use this tool, LTP calendar, which was developed by Hicks Dillcrest Center, Toronto, Canada, and we have adapted what they have, the guidelines that they have provided, we have adapted it to the Indian conditions. We would like you to invite you to be a part of us, to join us in this March to provide quality education for all children, and you can do that by becoming our members, and you will have access and information about all our programs, workshops, networking with parents, and any other kind of guidance you need in order to provide quality education to children. These are memberships that we offer. Individual memberships are 1 year, 3 year, 5 years, and this is the fees that you can pay for membership, and these membership forms can be downloaded from the website and you can reach us. This is another wonderful opportunity that is coming. We are going to have the early years virtual world conference from 2nd to 4th June 2022. So we welcome you to join us for this, because we have speakers from all over the world, representation from different parts of the world, where we get insights about their research, about the work that they are doing. Also, coming back to the new normal, what are the practices, what are some of the things that they have been successful at, and this will be really, really insightful, very, very inspiring and insightful. So please do join us, and these are the fees for joining. We have if you are a group of 5, we have a concession of 500 rupees for each of the members. Many opportunities are also being provided to students and faculty members. So this would be a wonderful opportunity to network with early childhood professionals throughout the world. So please do remember the dates, 2nd to 4th, and don't forget to join us for this virtual world conference. Okay, so this is a open invitation for each of you to join us. These are our details. Maybe you can click a picture, or if you say AECED, I'm sure you'll be able to access it easily. We have Purnima Contractor, Head Operations of the National Group, and Grishma Patil, who is going to help you with the membership, as well as registering for the World Conference. Having said that, let us now move on to introducing Rati. I would like to just put in a few more details. As I said, that she is an early childhood professional for the last 28 years. She is a principal of Saraswati Mandir Trust, pre-primary Marathi medium school in Thane, Maharashtra. As I said, she also writes for Marathi newspapers. She is associated with Existential Knowledge Foundation, Pune, and she drives a lot of initiatives around natural learning. She's also the principal and team leader for NCERT National Award for Innovative Practices in the year 2015-16. She has attended by invitation national workshop on education by the Ministry of Human Resource and Development, Government of India, New Delhi, and presented papers in Maharashtra Bal Shikshan Parishad state level organization in the field of early childhood education. She has done poster presentations and at the National Conference 2018 hosted by TIS at AECED, and CSED, Center for Early Childhood Care and Education. So we'll now move on. Rati, over to you. I would like to begin with asking, please tell us a little bit about your school. We'll begin with an introduction to your school, and then move ahead from there.
Yes, sure,
Okay, over
Shobha.
to you, Rati.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Shobha. Since I'm representing one of the reputed Marathi medium school, I would like to greet all of you in Marathi, that is Namaskar. आणि आमच्या सर्वांकडून, म्हणजे आम्ही सरस्वती असं आम्ही एक we consider as one family of Saraswati Mandir Trust. So on behalf of our Saraswati year, as we said, I'm greeting all of you a very happy new year, Naveen Varshacha Hardik Shubhecha and Namaskar. And I have with me my managing trustee, Mr. Dighe sir, and our honorable trustee, Apte Bai. I have with me my teachers, and with on behalf of them also, I would like to share, introduce my institute. And so I will like to share one PPT for the introduction of my institute. So to begin with, our institute, that is the Saraswati Mandir Trust, it is situated in Thane. As you said, it is near, situated in Maharashtra. Thane is in Maharashtra, and Saraswati Mandir Trust is the esteemed institute which is established in 1952. And since it is originated, it is in 1952, it is now a leading knowledge stream. As we say की 1952 मध्ये उगम पावलेली शिक्षणाची ही गंगोत्री ज्ञानधारा बनली आहे. So it is now a leading knowledge stream, not only for Thane, but it all over the Maharashtra. So these are our honorable founder and director, Srimati Vimlatai Karvebai and Jane Gajre sir. So these are our founder and directors. These are the present honorable trustee members. Our salient feature is clarity, integrity, and passion for the best. And our vision is to create a world-class educational system. So our trust is looking for having a world-class educational system. These are the various sections. We have 7 sections under one trust, and Marathi medium, secondary, primary, and pre-primary section. Along with that, we do have a CBSE school recently opened, and Prajna Bhasha Kendra and Kala Academy. And I would like to say that we have a separate building for Krida, that is Krida Sankul, and we have various national and international level players over there. This is our new building. In the first slide, you have seen that is our old building. In the place of that, our trust have constructed this new building. And I would like to say that our trust has invested over than 20 crores in constructing this Marathi medium school. So in the cluster of this English medium school, our trust has invested in the vernacular medium, knowing the importance of the Matrubhasha Shikshan, as we say, mother tongue education. So this is just now we have shifted to this building. Now I am going to shift to my section, that is the pre-primary section. It is, as Shobha said, it is NCERT Innovative Practices Award winner in 2015-16. Also, we have won Padma Shri Tarabai Modak Award as a best institute working in the pre-primary and primary section. Our section's mission is Hasati Mule Jithe Deshato Maha. It is in Marathi, but we can say that जिस देश में बच्चे हंसते रहते हैं वो देश निश्चित ही महान होता है. It is great poet Mangesh Padgaonkar, उनकी ये poem है. Our bodh chinna, that is the section symbol, is happy child. Our motto is we will keep our children happy. Anandi Theu Mule. Our objective to build a strong AECED programs, we always say that we have to work together, that is the school, parents, and society at large, as it is expected in the NEP 2020. And to achieve this objective, we will work with our parents from the very first day. These are some of the photographs in the initial days of our school academic years. And we initiate with the initiative, that is we with the parents. We invite parents from the very few days, and for first 3-4 days they are with us. We introduce parents also to the classrooms, to class teachers. We conduct various games, songs. Just parents and children are they are just be around in school to make the child comfortable in school. This is the very important activity that we took in the first few days, that is the hand imprint activity. By this activity, the child, when we take a child and parents imprint on the paper that has written तुमच्यासह मोठे होण्यासाठी, it means that the child is saying I have to grow along with you. Means with parents he has to grow. and this gives a feeling to the parent that they have to be a part of the early childhood education. Likewise, we also give an exclusive gift to the parents in the initial days to their imprint of the first step of their child. It is very emotional gift to the parent, and they involve emotionally to the school, and it helps us a lot to have them with in our early childhood programs. This is the photograph that we of the activities, and with the parents with this initiate, we conduct our yearly projects. These are the three various yearly projects that we took along with our parents for our children. I would like to end this PPT with our motivational song, that is लावियेला दीप प्रेमे तेवता ठेवू चला बालकांच्या उन्नतीचा मार्ग हा चालू चला. Means for the growth of child, we have to work together and we have to go putting hand in hand. So I would like to put this song and end my PPT with this song.
लाविला दीप प्रेमे देवता ठेवू चला बालकांच्या उन्नतीचा मार्ग हा चालू चला. लाविला दीप प्रेमे देवता ठेवू चला बालकांच्या उन्नतीचा मार्ग हा चालू चला. नंदादीप इथे मंदिरी शांत ज्योत ज्ञानाची तेवते त्यात झाडुनिया काजळीला वात ही सारू चला बालकांच्या उन्नतीचा मार्ग हा चालू चला. लाविला दीप प्रेमे देवता ठेवू चला बालकांच्या उन्नतीचा मार्ग हा चालू चला. मार्ग हा चालू चला मार्ग हा चालू चला.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rati, for that wonderful introduction to your institution. Yes, in the times where all parents are seeking English medium as a language for their children to study in, we are really inspired by your trust effort to see that Marathi medium instruction is followed. And do you have a lot of parents who are seeking their children to be educated in the Marathi medium?
Yes, of course. There is of course shift in the mindset of parents nowadays. From last 2-3 years now, there is a change in the mindset. The parents are deliberating involving their means admitting their parents to the mother tongue language education. So we have a rise in admission. Of course, we have to be with time for that.
Yes, yes.
So there is a shift in the mindset, and parents are now becoming aware of importance of education in mother tongue in this foundation years.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. In my conversation with you, you were saying that playway methodology has been followed in your school, right?
Yes, your
Since
voice
1988.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
practices that are there in your school.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So
if you could share some of the innovative practices that you have in your school.
Yes, I share that. I would like to share toy-based pedagogy that we follow in our school. 1 second. Yes, it is. You can see the slides now.
Yes, yes, we can.
Yes. Now we shift to our toy-based pedagogy that we follow in our school. I always say ki toy-based pedagogy, as it is suggested in NEP 2020 also, it is the best practice in the foundation years. So I would like to say you ki we as a school also understand the playfulness, play and toy about that is the ability of a child. Child is always playful. Child is always full of playfulness, and he always plays, and toys are the somehow he prepares toys and he explores the world around her. So we understood these things, these abilities of the child, and therefore we have accepted toy-based pedagogy in our school since very long. As I told you, toy-based pedagogy, we followed it in our school, but it has two-way approaches now. Since 1988, we are following our first way of approach, that is the facilitator's toys and games, where we, as a facilitator, are created games to understand various concepts. We decide what, how, when, where child will learn, which concept he will learn, and which child will learn which concept. So it is playway method. We are taking games and we are taking toy, we are using educational toys, but for the specific concepts learning of a child to happen. So this is our first approach, and this was very regular, and still it is I said, unique approach. In this ELPS learning process, that is experience, language, spoken language, pictures and symbol, that learning process, we as a facilitator lead child through this process. These are some of the photographs of our school, that is the educational material exploration that happens in our classrooms. So these are various language, maths and EVS activities cards that we have prepared for our children, and we gave them to explore, and we see that specific by this specific learning is happening over there. So this is picture, this is the taste awareness, this is the word reading activity. So lots of education activities are there, and children explore those activities, and by this they learn specific concepts of maths, language and EVS. Even the books we use as a toy. We just spread books all over our class, and the child goes and looks into the pictures and they talk with each other. So books we use as a toy. We take various educational games for the children, that is again language, maths and based on EVS concepts. Even our school floor, the left hand side, when you see now, it is our music lesson floor. When the music teacher plays Saregama Padanisa on Peti, the children, we ask children to jump on the this thing, these letters ka circle. So this is the music lesson floor.
Notes.
Notes. And this is the games on the floor. So we have used our floors also for this toy-based effectively in this toy-based pedagogy. These are some of the photos of our school floors. Even we involve our parents as a we with the parents with the parents initiative to conduct various traditional games. Mangala Gauri, we have Ashadi Ekadashi Khe. Another thing is that we involve them to making paper toys and all those things. We involve our senior class students, that is the secondary students or the primary students, to make science toys. Means they also help us, our children, or interact with our children in this pedagogy. Community involvement is also there, as in case of Ganpati, clay models, or in case of Diwali, Rangoli making activities are taken, and children observe those activities. And they themselves also do those activities. We conduct workshops of our parents regarding the toy-based pedagogy, because it is very much important to have them the awareness of this pedagogy. Unless they won't if they won't support, it would be a great failure, because they will be on the another mode of reading and writing. And so we have to make them aware. And we not only take workshops, but we involve them in the practical experiences in the classroom. So child's overall development, holistic development, as we say, as a facilitator, we try to achieve this holistic development. Now, the second approach of which we are now, I'm going to talk about, it is since 1927, the space of natural learning in school, that is the child's own toys and games, reimagination of early childhood education. It happens in 1927, 2017. I attended one of the workshop from word to the real world. It is conducted by Jinan. He is a great, means उनका बहुत experience है natural learning process. He is a researcher in that field. And when I came across that workshop, I start thinking ki it is something different that I'm not aware of that, or I have not considered it in the early childhood education. When he talked about why, what, and how children learn, when he talked about the toys and child's play, it is something different which we have not explored. Is the realization that have done to me, and understanding his thoughts. These are some of the thoughts which I have really impressed with this thought, and my ऐसे बोलते हैं ना कि वो mind ही set change हो गया है मेरा. This thoughts are such a means in proper English I would not be able to say कि उसके हिसाब से मेरा सब कुछ मोड ही change हो गया कि how we look to the natural learning, how we look to the early childhood education from this perspective.
Transformation.
Yeah, it is a total transformation from my side. Then I started thinking ki how we are also taking the activity based learning. Still we have not explored these things. As what is the difference between this our activity based learning and this natural learning process? Then I started realizing after interacting with Jinan more and more, ki really we are not considering what child herself want to know, what child is want to experience, re-experience, feel and sense. We only do the activities as we consider ki child wants to do, right? Means in our activity based learning, child is driver, but we sit beside him and we drive him कि यहाँ चलो वहाँ चलो या ये करो वो करो. So they are doing activities various, but we guide them. But in this natural learning process, child is in the driver's seat, but child is also not knowing where he wants to go. We are also not knowing what he wants to do. We just have to observe him and document where child is going. So that is the basic difference which we have to achieve in the school environment. And there are many questions whether it is possible in the school environment is the big question. Support of trust, support of parents, support of teachers, these are the main constraints. And I would like to say my trust has supported me so much. They said if you want to do experiment to have it in the school environment, you start with a small group. So I started with a small group. I talked with my teachers, I talked with parents, and I started with small group of 20 students. For 1 year, I tried it in my school environment, how it is feasible to have activity-based learning and natural learning process together with each other. So after 1 year's experiment, we have started our one classroom. We have reimagined our classroom, and it is natural learning classroom. That is Dhadpad Varga. We named it in Marathi. Actually, I would like to say over here, it is not a methodology that we are following, or it is not 100% natural learning process. It is just a balance between natural learning, which is very much required for this foundational stage, and how to accommodate in the school environment. So we are also beginners in this field. So it is not that we have done with this, but we are trying, and we are trying to achieve giving more and more space to the child's own learning in the early stages. So how we are doing, I'm just showing the pictures to you in this natural learning classroom. In this type-based pedagogy, what is that we have no curriculum at all. We do not use ready-made toys and games, and there are various types of materials at different places. So it is just like child is the word is the curriculum for the child, and there we just have to be with child. We have to see his safety, of course, but we don't interfere, we don't give any directions. only derive, understand, and document what child is doing. These are some of the photographs in our school where we have kept various types of material at different places. So here the play is the process to understand something for the child, and the toys are not fixed ideas, or means जैसे हमारे educational toys रहते थे, this toy is the for this purpose. It is not like that. So they take different shapes and utility according to the child's requirement, and children are not stuck in this. So all this with this we started this our natural learning classroom for with our activity-based learning process. So these are some of the photographs of exploration where child used to do everything of their own. We don't interfere at all. We just have a facilitator for them, and we just be with them for their safety. We also reimagined our lesson plans. This is our pre-writing skill lesson plan where children are jumping. These children are having a mop to the floor. But this is our pre-writing skill lesson plan. As you can see, along with our hand muscles, we have to be for writing. Waist muscles are also to be strong. So it is all happening over there. So we have reimagined. This is our classroom environment. All three, every child is doing at his, as per his choice, everything. We also change our lesson plans, right? We do for the test lesson plan, all these things, where we kept just material, we just eat for their children, and child do whatever they want to do. So again, there is no direction, nothing is there, but child has to do at his own. We also reimagined reading, means pretend reading, as we say. We provide scope for pretend reading, more and more scope for this reading. Also the drawing, again, because of this workshop, child's drawing, there is a change in the perspective. Earlier we used to say कि drawing अच्छा है, drawing निकालना चाहिए, वगैरह वगैरह. Now we started looking drawing as a process. If you see this video, this child is drawing one of the Ganpati ka photo, but he has drawn nothing on his photo in this paper, on this paper. But he is in that process so long for more than 20 minutes. So that actual process of drawing is much more important than the product, that is the Ganpati ka photo. So that was not important for us nowadays, and the process of drawing. And again, I would like to say, in Marathi, there is a very good ancient period में बोलते थे, picture लिखना है, चित्र लिखना है. So we see to the pictures as writing the pictures and not drawing the pictures. There is a shift in the drawing also from product to the process. These are our pre-writing imagination, pre-writing skill ka. All over the floor, the children are writing whatever they want to write. So these are some of the reimagination of our writing ka. Again, there is a reimagination in our community interaction. Earlier, when we used to take the children, we used to tell them कि uncle को ये पूछो, वो पूछो, ये करो, वो करो. We just, nowadays when we go, we just be there and allow children whatever they want to do, and they just interact with that community member so well. After coming back, we come to know that they are knowing so many different types of words of that community member. So there is an improved vocabulary we can see. Also in the writing, as you can say, it is the writing experience. What they have seen over there, they just draw. It is their experience they are writing over here. So writing and this vocabulary, there is a tremendous improvement in the children. Also, we observe that children observe working of each other. Means ये तो बहुत रेयर क्वालिटी है. अभी हम बड़े तो कभी दूसरों का काम देखते नहीं है, हमारा काम ही बेस्ट है, ऐसे ही समझते हैं. When we observe these kids ना, the children, they really observe each other works patiently. Even they do it very concentration भी दिखाई देता था उनके work में कि they do it very means ऐसे बैठ के शांति से वो काम करते थे. Again they do a proper planning, whatever material is available to them ना, they do a proper planning, क्या करना है, कैसे करना है. And you can see this, there are no toys or such thing like that, but they do proper planning and properly. उसका अभी ये अगर प्ले किया ना तो ये वायर से वो वायरिंग चालू किया था उन लोगों ने. So they do proper planning, what to do, how to do, अपने आप decide करते थे. Again, this is a very nice video कि they sort out issues among themselves. जब बच्चे झगड़ा करने लगते हैं तो we as elders, as a facilitators, we also try to sort it out. So we see that बच्चे अपने आप में वो solve कर देते थे. They don't have to be कि दूसरा कोई लगता था नहीं उनको. एक मिनट.
Rati, play the whole thing.
Okay, fine. एक मिनट कुछ तो हो गया. एक सेकंड. Here you can see that they both were fighting for this chair, but after some times they, as the chair took a turn, they start playing with that chair. So this child tried to tell me कि he is not giving me that chair also, chair वगैरह. But when I don't interfere that, they solve their problem and they start playing again. So this is a very fantastic thing that happens when we let the child have their own space. एक मिनट, this I have to shift to the upper side. Okay. Also, we observed that children in the whole process of this second approach, children explore, they create, imagine, become curious, take interest, they become responsible and become sensitive. We also see that they show patience also, they are become observant, playful, they discover, they gaze and become uncertain, find solutions, become doubtful. But most important is that they remain in the actual process. And we also assure that this approach is truly inclusive approach because every child have his own space because of this is the truly inclusive approach, as we can say. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Yeah. Please go ahead.
In short, by giving this space to the children, they can do amazing things. This is one of the photograph in our school. We have given these chindis to the children, and after 2 to 3 hours, when I observed that 2 children have with those chindis they have created such things, which is not imagined by us also. So we can say that the learning process, that is ELPS process, the child herself goes through this process. Means in the earlier process, as a facilitator, we drew the child to the whole process. In this case, the child herself drew herself to this process, and various language development, emotional development, all these are achieved holistically in this toy-based child's own toy-based pedagogy, or the toys created by the child of her own in the natural learning process, As I said earlier, uh, uh, to implement this approach in the school environment, we have to be work with the parents, with the teachers, and with the management. But in short, with the parents is the most, in all of them, parents is the most important factor, because we have to make them aware whatever is going we are doing, or we are having natural learning in the classroom. It is really beneficial for the required for those that age group. And for that, we conduct various workshops, various talks, we shows videos, or tell them to observe at home also. So we have a coordination with to have a coordination with in the school and home. We conduct various types of workshop on the natural learning, and in this process, I really would like to say ki gave Ranjana, means Jinan's colleague Ranjana, she really helped me a lot in doing all these things in the school environment. So when we have a talk with parents, we came to know that there is now change in the parents' outlook in the child towards child's play, their toys, drawing, and their role as a parent. So this is very much interesting that is happening in the school environment now. Also, there we can see that there is a shift in the teaching paradigm to the learning paradigm, and also promote many FLN objectives are achieved in the process easily. We can see that use of own language, select book, connect personal experience. These are FLN objectives that are given, but we can see that they are very well achieved in the process, in this process. In future also, we are going with this two-way approach, having balance in child's own toys and games, and the facilitators' toys and games, giving more and more preference to the child's own toys and games. And facilitators, toys and games, we do use those approach for specific learning to happen. Also, we are continuing with the natural learning awareness programs for our parents. And one of our Kako projects, that of which we will talk later, it is also we are continuing with. In short, this natural learning process, we have to be aware of this. We have to reimagine our early childhood education program. We have to work. We also have to, we as a, our school also have to go a long way in this process. We have just begun in this, but I think this is the most effective way in this foundation years for the children to have a natural learning in the school environment. Thank you.
Thank you
Shobha,
so
with
much.
this, I will like
Thank
to
you
stop.
so much, Rati, for that fantastic presentation on the excellent, pedagogy that you are having in your preschool. Since you are spearheading many innovative practices in your preschool, in our conversation, you have you very regularly told me about some of the exemplary practices that you have in your school. Could you please share those exemplary practices that you have in your school? Because
Yes.
in your search for continuous excellence in whatever you are doing, you are a researcher, and all the time you're thinking of new ways of doing things. And in that, as a result, I'm sure you have come up with many different ways and different practices that you have in your school. If you could share with the participants, with the audience, some of those practices, please.
Yes, it's my great pleasure to share some of our practices. Of course, some of them are means बहुत सालों से हम कर रहे हैं, but some of them are recently, there is always additions to our practices as we go, means अपने जो चलते रहते हैं कुछ तो बदलाव होते ही रहते हैं. Since we have I have this in this PPT, I have come up with 9 our exemplary practices. I would like to have a presentation of it. I would like to start it. 1 second, it is not
Slideshow.
because slideshow. Something is. Yes, now you can see, na? Saraswati Mandir Trust, some of our exemplary practices.
Yes, yes.
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 Okay. 1 second. It is stuck, huh? 1 minute. This is our, I would like to start with inclusion. Now, in our school, we have admission to all, because according to us, every child is enabled. प्रत्येक मूल है सक्षम आहे. We believe in the capacity of each and every child. So we do have a children of with special needs in our school with our normal children. So these are some of the photographs, and I would also like to say, we don't take these children to the different room for learning different concepts. As you can see, these little ones, these other children are the special teachers or the special educator for those children, because the interaction between them is very much means it is more, if it gives more impact rather than having a special educator for them. So we have special children in our school, and we interaction between our other students and these special need children is much more effective for both of them. Actually, it is more beneficial for the other children, because it gives them a very real unka emotional development ho jata hai. So we do have again a conversation with parents, what activities you will take at home, how you will take. So our teachers guide parents also for this for these special students, and we have our own inclusive policy for this, and it is working very well. Again, this is our second practice about the grandparents' companionship in the school environment. In the initial stage, it is very difficult for the children to adapt to the school environment. So to have them comfortable in the school environment, after parents, we invite our grandparents. We ask them to be just around with our children, not to teach anything, not to do anything. Do their own, जो घर का काम रहता है ना, वही लेके आओ, ऐसे हम बोलते हैं. So we ask grandparents to do their home activities so that to feel children, they are with their own grandparents. And the impact of this thing is so amazing कि children are start means वो comfortable करने के लिए उनको बहुत अच्छा impact होता है उनके ऊपर. So we decorate our classroom just like a home. There are grandparents with us, and we have a wonderful word of grandparents in school to comfort the students in the school environment. I would like to play you a short video of the photos along with our school song है ए आजी मी तुझ्याशी खेळणं ग, म्हणजे grandmother, I would like to play with you is the meaning of this song, and I would like to play this short video giving jhalak of grandparents at school.
आजी मी तुझ्याशी खेळेन ग, ए आजी मी तुझ्याशी खेळेन ग. हंड्यावरती तपेल, चुलीवरती पातेल, तुझं माझं घरकुल मांडीन ग, ए आजी मी तुझ्याशी खेळेन ग. दाण्याचा लाडू, गुळाची पोळी, दाण्याचा लाडू, गुळाची पोळी, पोह्याचा भात तुला शिजवीन ग, ए आजी मी तुझ्याशी खेळेन ग. भरा भरा जेवीन, शाळेत जाईन, येताना खाऊ तुला आणीन ग, ए आजी मी तुझ्याशी खेळेन ग, ए आजी मी तुझ्याशी खेळेन ग. रात्र असे मामाची, गोष्ट ऐकू आजीची, रात्र असे मामाची, गोष्ट ऐकू आजीची, तुझ्या कुशीत मी झोपेन ग, तुझ्याच कुशीत मी झोपेन ग, ए आजी मी तुझ्याशी खेळेन ग, ए आजी मी तुझ्याशी खेळेन ग, ए आजी मी तुझ्याशी खेळेन ग.
So this is our grandparents at school for our children. Now I will move forward to the next practice, that is the medium based classroom. As we all know, we have classrooms of language, maths, EVS and all these things. We have classrooms of songs, stories, play, drawing and craft. As we all know that these are the various mediums by which children learn easily. So based on these mediums, we have our classrooms. In each classroom, means if we have in stories classroom, there are lots of stories based on the various language, maths and EVS concepts. Likewise, that we have developed that material of our own. Means teachers have developed the materials. That is, if we say take a G as a alphabet recognition, we have a story for G, we have a song for G, or we have a pictures of G, various. So this is the games classroom where we take various games. This is the medium drawing and craft where we have a for learning various concepts. We use drawing as a medium for the children. This is the song. These songs are very short songs, not a professionally made, but they have related to that particular concept. Again, this is the story. Story is not a typical story, big one, short stories with that concepts. So we have this conceptual songs, medium based our classroom, and lots of material developed over there. And I would like to say that recently we got an opportunity to have a educational serial of 20 episodes on Sahyadri Vahini, that is the Maharashtra government's one of the most interior part reachable Vahini for the means for the age group of 3 to 6 years, and for the Anganwadi Thais, for the educators or the parents of those age group, and for the kids. So we got this opportunity. I would like to play title song of this our serial, education serial.
खेळू शिकू चला या मालिकेचे प्रायोजक आहेत TJSB सहकारी बँक लिमिटेड, परवीन, रोटरी क्लब ऑफ ठाणे लेक सिटी, ब्रह्मविद्या साधक संघ, हावरे प्रॉपर्टीज.
शिकू चला शिकू खेळू चला, खेळाची ही गंमत
या या शिकूया खेळूया या या खेळूया शिकूया या या शिकूया.
So this is the means it is a good opportunity for our school to reach to the interior parts of Maharashtra during this pandemic. Also, I will move forward to the our own books for our own school project, that is Amchi Shala Amchi Pustaka. So whatever is the our curriculum, or what is the our in our context, we develop books accordingly. So I would like to say ki these are our own books for our own school, and every year more than 400 books are developed by our children for their own exploration. This is the project, again with the help of parents. We do this in school, also teachers do with their children. This is the process, book preparation process. They drew pictures of various concepts. They prepare pages of books. These are some of the photographs of preparation of books, and then our book is ready for our school. So this our books, our project, according to our curriculum, our requirement, is the practice that we are following. It is now very long. Even in this pandemic, at home also children are preparing their own books. This one is for the good health and well-being. As we see that it is main goal in the three developmental goals. It is one of this is good health and well-being. For this, our practice is very helpful. We have observed कि there is lots of problem in the tiffin, because बाहर का खाने के लिए आता था, बहुत सारे biscuits रहते थे. So there are lot of things which are not good for the health of children. So our teachers start observing the tiffin of the child, every child, and each day. And on the day of meeting, we have put this for the parents, how your tiffin is. So parents also were a little bit shocked, and they are also become aware how our tiffin was. Again, we have a nutrition week for the awareness of good nutrition. We have a complete food plate, Purnanna Bhojan, we say in Marathi, in our school with the help of parents. We have a Bhaji Bazaar, and we have a food fair where parents prepare various nutrition food for the children. We invite experts to guide parents. We felicitate parents who give nutritious tiffin, and in the end of the year we give a report card to parents of their tiffin, कि आपका साल भर में कैसा टिफिन था, to make them aware about the child's means intake, because brain development is ultimately related to the what child is having as a good food. So with this, I will move to the cultural awareness activities, because जो भी अपना कल्चर है उसका अवेयरनेस के लिए we have various festivals. But apart from our festivals, we do celebrate Christmas. We do celebrate. We go to the Guru Nanak Jayanti के दिन हम गुरुद्वारा में जाते हैं. We do celebrate our national festivals. So again, I have a short video for you of cultural awareness activities with our songs that we took for every festival. Shobha, should I run this? Your video is mute.
Sorry. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
We have time.
Yeah.
विठूचा गजर हरिनामाचा झेंडा रोवला, वाळवंटी चंद्रभागेच्या काठी डाव मांडला. या विठूचा गजर हरिनामाचा झेंडा रोवला. दिव्या दिव्या दीपत्कार दीपत्कार, सरो सरो सभोवतीचा अंधकार 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 अंधकार. महिना आला श्रावण पंचमीचा हा सण महिना आला श्रावण पंचमीचा हा सण आम्ही गोकुळचे सगळे सवंगडी आम्ही गोकुळचे सगळे सवंगडी गणपती बाप्पा शाळेत आले आनंदाने मन भरले गणपती बाप्पा शाळेत आले आनंदाने मन भरले पैलमा गणेश देवा माझा खेळ मांडू दे करीन तुझी सेवा सरस्वती देवी वीणा वादिनी वरदे सरस्वती देवी वीणा वादिनी वरदे वरदे माते वरदे ये रे चांदोबा खेळायला ये चांदण्यांना घेऊन खेळायला ये रे चांदोबा खेळायला ये चांदण्यांना घेऊन खेळायला ये लाडू करंजा चिवडा चकली खाऊ आम्ही खाणार आली दिवाळी चला करूया मजा आली दिवाळी चला करूया मजा टिंग 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 घंटा वाजवत सांता क्लॉज येतो गात हसत खेळत सांता क्लॉज येतो गात हसत खेळत महिना आला पौषाचा तिळगुळ लाडू खाण्याचा दाणा मोठा हलव्याचा खिशात भरून ठेवायचा आम्ही पालक सुजाण हो पालक आम्ही पालक सुजाण हो पालक तिरंगी झेंडा हा मुचा गगनामध्ये फडफडतो वाऱ्यावरती हा झुलतो वंदन याला हे करीतो तिरंगी झेंडा हा अमुचा गगनामध्ये फडफडतो वाऱ्यावरती हा झुलतो वंदन याला हे करीतो वंदन याला हे करीतो वंदन याला हे करीतो.
So I would like to say over here, we have more than 400 songs, and for each festivals we have so many collection of songs. We create our own songs, our teacher create our own songs, and children are in miss जो भी festival आता है ना उसके 15 दिन पहले our section starts with those songs, and बाकी के लोग बोलते हैं जब आपके सेक्शन में वो गाने चालू होते हैं तो हमको समझ में आता है ये फेस्टिवल आने वाला है. So likewise it is very much because children are very much related to the songs, and they are very much like those all songs, and it is very much good language development for them also. So we will move to the social awareness activities also. Along with the cultural awareness, we also have a social awareness activities. In this I would like to say we have started भारत स्काउट एंड गाइड्स का सबसे छोटा ट्रूप है बनी टमटोला, that we have started in our school from 2016, and for senior KG, and for social awareness, in social awareness activities like save trees, save animals, or save water, or save jungle, or save earth, like that. Or also we have activities like Shekoti Vagara, or we took our children for the ride as Firat Thane Pau. In Thane we have various ancient places. We took our children to the various places under this awareness program. Again, here it is a short video of our awareness programs, various projects, along with our Bali Tamtola song, that is means वो उसकी रचना है वो हमारे टीचर ने ही की हुई है. So I would like to have a short video of social awareness activities under Bani Tamtola troop. Shobha, I will run that video.
Yes, please.
Bani,
बनी टमटोला शूरवीर आम्ही बनी टमटोला शूरवीर आम्ही बनी टमटोला एक दोन म्हणूनी एक साथ चालूया एक दोन म्हणूनी एक साथ चालूया एक संघ होऊनी परेड करूया एक संघ होऊनी परेड करूया बनी 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 टमटोला शूरवीर आम्ही बनी टमटोला मिळून व्यायाम करूया मिळून सारे खेळूया मिळून व्यायाम करूया मिळून सारे खेळूया बालवीर सारे बनी होऊया बालवीर सारे बनी होऊया बनी 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 टमटोला शूरवीर आम्ही बनी टमटोला एकमेका साथ देऊ एकमेका प्रेम देऊ एकमेका साथ देऊ एकमेका प्रेम देऊ देश रक्षणासाठी सज्ज होऊया देश रक्षणासाठी सज्ज होऊया बनी 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 टमटोला शूरवीर आम्ही बनी टमटोला शूरवीर आम्ही बनी टमटोला.
Thank you. With this, we'll move on to our next exemplary practice, that is the teacher's training. Again, before to start move forward, I would like to say, when we think of a training, it is always a 3-4 days ka training or a 2 months ka training or 1 month ka. But I would like to say that in our school, when we say training, we think of a long process. It is like that we are in this process for nearly 8 to 9 months. For each year, we decide upon, when our academic year begins, we have our teachers meeting and all these things, and we thought of one project, executing one project. After deciding the subject, then our work begins, means actual training begins. Then the teachers think on that subject from various angles. We ask them to involve her classroom ka parents set to help her. So with the parents' involvement, the works moves on. As the teacher also taught parents what toys they can do or something like that. In the process, learning happens of the teacher also. So it is a actual practical training with the help of parents, where parents and teacher work as a teamwork. So for the children, parents and teacher are on the same level of toy-based pedagogy. Teachers, when she explains parents what has to be done, it is training to the teacher. When the parents comes to know what has to be done, it is beneficial for the parents what exactly is the toy-based pedagogy. So when we invite you, also one of our esteemed our examiner for this project, so you know how this work is done over a period of 9 months. And every project we took it as a slowly going process, but at the end, in the month of March, we put it for the public, open for all. When it goes to open for all, it becomes community awareness program. So we start it as a training for our teachers, but when it reaches to the end result, it becomes a community awareness program. And it is a means slowly hota hai na, wo impact zyada acha rehta hai, because teachers also know each and every aspect of that project. Parents also come to know what is going on in the process, and when it put for the community also become aware for that. Again, we have a short video of our toy-based pedagogy, this training, and we have the various projects that we have conducted as a teamwork of our teachers and parents for the community. I would like to, these are some of the photos. This is our Bal Nagari photographs. This is Peti Prakalpa. This is theme-based theme-based projects we have conducted. So these are the some short video of our teachers training.
मिळून सारे करू प्रकल्प शिकूया खेळातून मिळून सारे करू प्रकल्प शिकूया खेळातून रंगांची हो पहा दालने इथेच जमले रंग हो सारे रंगांची हो पहा दालने इथेच जमले रंग हो सारे रंगबिरंगी दुनियेत या सारे जाऊ रंगून रंगबिरंगी दुनियेत या सारे जाऊ रंगून मिळून सारे करू प्रकल्प शिकूया खेळातून मिळून सारे करू प्रकल्प शिकूया खेळातून बाग सर्कस भाजी बाजार जंगलाचाही पहा हो थरार बाग सर्कस भाजी बाजार जंगलाचाही पहा हो थरार प्रशिक्षित हो सारे विविध प्रकल्पातून प्रशिक्षित हो सारे विविध प्रकल्पातून मिळून सारे करू प्रकल्प शिकूया खेळातून मिळून सारे करू प्रकल्प शिकूया खेळातून पेटी प्रकल्प पहा हो आमचा साहित्याचा हा हो खजिना पेटी प्रकल्प पहा हो आमचा साहित्याचा हा हो खजिना सर्वांगीण विकास करू या प्रकल्पातून सर्वांगीण विकास करू या प्रकल्पातून बालनगरीचा थाट हो पहा कल्पकतेचा जणू सोहळा बालनगरीचा थाट हो पहा कल्पकतेचा जणू सोहळा प्रकल्पातून साऱ्यांचे होई प्रशिक्षण प्रकल्पातून साऱ्यांचे होई प्रशिक्षण मिळून सारे करू प्रकल्प शिकूया खेळातून मिळून सारे करू प्रकल्प शिकूया खेळातून शिकूया खेळातून शिकूया खेळातून शिकूया खेळातून शिकूया खेळातून
So the end result of our teachers training is the parents and community awareness programs, and this is our exemplary practice, as I would like to say. Now the last but not least, our exemplary practice is our national award winning 2015-16 innovative practice project. It is actually for the smooth transition of children from toy-based pedagogy of pre-primary section to the classroom environment of primary section. What used to happen now, when we have a toy-based pedagogy, we have no benches, we have only playway methodology followed, and when the children move to the primary section, they have classroom structure, benches and all those. So there is also shift, means उनके मन में बहुत constraint रहता था to go to the primary section, and it becomes very difficult for parents also to adjust their students, their their children to the primary section. So they used to ask us to have a classroom structure like primary section for the senior KG. So to bridge the gap between this, we have executed, actually we have this practice since long to involve parents in to have parents in the assessment of our children But we, from 2014, we involve primary section also. So as I said, we have this playway method, and it becomes really difficult for children to adjust to the primary section. So what we have done is we since 2015, toy-based pedagogy assessment is organized for the children, where parents observe their children doing various things and they make a note of that. So I have a short video. We will have a look at it, how parents are observing and children are doing those activities. So the moment the child is not able to do something, the parent will come to know that it is not possible for him to do that, or he is not achieved that level of that language or maths, whatever is the activity is there. We also invite primary teachers to observe children doing those activities. So primary teachers also get the awareness of what exactly is the toy-based methodology is, and what are the activities, and how to observe the children in doing those activities. So this is the toy-based assessment that we organize twice in a year, where we involve both primary teachers and parents in our to observe our children. Again, this is short video of our this thing, toy-based assessment in classrooms. You see the papers in the parents ke haath mein. They put the remarks. We just ask them to put the remarks, not to guide, not to do anything with the children, just to observe the children and अपने पास रखना है कि वो क्या कर सकता है, क्या नहीं कर सकता है. So we ask them to observe their children without interfering. ये ऐसे करो, वो ऐसे करो करके नहीं बोलना है. ये भी हम उनको बोल देते हैं. For this, we also have a training of parents. It is not that parents do their own. For this also, we have a separate training for parents, how they can do marking of their children. So in our parents meeting, we have a training regarding this. We put this chart for showing the various levels, as maths in case of language levels, whether the child is at alphabet recognition level, or word reading level, or a sentence reading level, or for the maths 1 to 10 recognition level, or beyond that. Likewise, every we have 3 months gap parents meeting. In each meeting, we have this chart over there. So if there is shift in the level, the parent also come to know that there is a shift in the level. And I would like to say that we have a parents with a lower class also, but they are able to note the change in the level of their children, and they are aware of that. So when our children move, where children are at the lower level, we guide their parents and not children how to take the children's activity. So here you see the pictures. It is a guidance to the parents how they will do at home those activities, so that child will learn that concept. So with this, primary teachers also we give this report about not, it is not a report card, but it is a level card. When we make a divisions for primary teachers, each primary teacher in the beginning of April itself knows at what level her child is. The child, each child which is coming to our class now, at which level he is. If the child is at lower level, she is able to help him in the beginning of June itself, and not after 2-3 months ka gap. So it is very helpful for primary teachers also to help the child. It is very convenient for the parents also to help their children to understand concept in playway method. And with this cooperation of pre-primary teachers, primary teachers, and parents, there is a smooth transition of from pre-primary section to the primary section. And as our Bodha Chinna is happy child, our children go happily to the primary section. With this note, I would like to stop over here And
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rati. Those exemplary practice were inspiring, very much inspiring, and I'm sure many participants are going to take these lessons and try to implement these practices in their school. There was just one last question to which we will move through very quickly. That is, with the lockdown that suddenly was announced, in March 20, suddenly all the schools closed down, and as we see, 2 years of the children's learning process was completely stopped. Have you come up with certain strategies to ensure that learning is not lost during the
Yes.
pandemic?
Yes,
If you could
yes.
just quickly go through that.
Yeah. I would like to say short PPT for that, but a very important PPT. 1 second. During pandemic. 1 second. I lost my PPT. Pandemic. One minute. I would like to open that for my this thing.
So did you all have online lessons for children?
No. We specifically say no to the online classes. We do have a contact, and we work a lot with our parents during this pandemic. I would like to show when this pandemic starts in March 2020.
Yes.
Suddenly we have
March
to stop
2020.
everything. We have to stop everything. So what to do, how to go forward is big question. And online classes for these kids वगैरह सब चालू हो गया था. But with means our trust also supported us, and we said big no to the online classes. We took meetings of parents, we conveyed them it is very much dangerous for kids to be in front of screen. It is not advisable. Also, it is not effective, because it is not that child will sit in one place and learn something. And it is actually dangerous for this age group, for the brain development, to make the child sit in front of the screen. So we have again a lot of work with our parents. Our teachers have conducted meetings. Myself took meetings, and we make assured them that with their help we would have a wonderful world of early childhood education in every house. We form our WhatsApp group, and we use those WhatsApp group effectively in positive ways. We shared various activities, but no, after sharing those activities, we as a on our part, we have not stopped. We reach to each and every parent and tell him how to conduct those activities. So we trained our each and every parent how to go with those toy-based pedagogy in these 2 years. And I would like to say these are some of the photos of we have implemented our as I mentioned Kako project, that is the Kamasa Kopra project, in which we said parents that give the one space to the children where he would keep various things based on this our school activities. So this Kamasa Kopra is developed over a period of 2 years, and this wonderful world of early childhood education is there in every house. 1 second, again it is stuck. Something is happening. Okay, 1 second. Again, I will share. These are some of the photos of various educational toys and games made in the every house. So lots of language, cognitive development activities in our Kako, and parents shared videos of doing activities and photographs, and in every house there is a wonderful word. We even celebrated our various festivals in Kako, and in every house we have a wonderful word of early childhood education without taking our children online with the help of our parents or with working with the parents. I would like to again share one of the beautiful song again by our teachers, and a wonderful word of Kakos, that is the Kamasa Kopra, Kam Ka Kona. So have a look at a Kako during this pandemic. That is the wonderful word of early childhood education in every house.
काको ये प्यारा है, सारे घर की शोभा है, जैसे मेरी पाठशाला घर पर ही पधारी है। देखो देखो सारे देखो, काको ये प्यारा है, सारे घर की शोभा है, जैसे मेरी पाठशाला घर पर ही पधारी है। रंग रंगीला देखो न्यारा काको है ये हमारा, काको ये न्यारा देखो हमारा, हम सबने इसे घर में सजाया, सबसे प्यारा सबसे न्यारा काम का ये कोना। ला 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 ला।
So this is the wonderful word of early childhood education in each house. This is little bit long song. Should I run or stop? We'll go forward.
Yes, you also had one where children are
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the villages, and
Yeah.
a lot
that
of
is the
efforts
other.
were being made by
Yeah.
parents to ensure that learning was happening, and it was also a natural learning process. If you
Yes,
could
yes.
show the audience a little bit, a glimpse of that.
So the second thing is that this is our regular activity-based learning, of which we work with parents. And the second thing from which we started is the during pandemic, when the school stops na, तो सब parents को लगने लगा अभी learning बंद हो गया, अभी बच्चे कैसे सीखेंगे. That was a big question for them. So again we started contacting the parents, having their workshops on natural learning. So what is the natural learning process? How children they learn their own, and there is no need to entertain the child is the motto. And again, Ranjana helped, Ranjana, that is the EKF, rather I would say EKF helped us a lot in doing that. With that, we assured the parents that even if the school is stopped, school is not there, child has not stopped learning. So what is child's play? What are the toys? What is natural learning process? These workshops we are continuously doing with our parents. Not only with parents, but with our grandparents also. Because in some houses, because of the lockdown and home office, grandparents are the one who are with the kids. So this awareness was very much required for them, because we started sharing various videos of natural learning. We told them to observe their children, what they are doing. And after that, we formed 4 groups of Sahaja Shikshan, that is the natural learning ka. And we started interacting with parents on these groups, through these groups. And after that, the amazing thing happened. Parents started observing their children and sharing various videos of their learning on their own. I would like to play 1 or 2 videos for this that are shared by their parents. Again, these videos are, while taking those videos, the child is not aware. That is what we have told to the parents. So we have lots of videos of this thing. lots of exploration at home. We told parents to do lots of pasara, what we called is to make a mess in the house. So the home office, online classes, that play is also going in every house. We ask them to observe that even the drawing, to understand what is going on, is the process of understanding. Yeah, that also we took, that workshops also took, and the parents give the space to each and every child in the house to explore their own. Even the parents observed that they how the one thing, one material is used by child in different ways. So in this period, parents observation is much more was much more important to understand the child, because when they understood the learning of child, they become relaxed. They are not the stressful and कि अभी learning stop हो गया है, school नहीं है, तो they are come out of that thinking, and there lots of learning is happening even if the schools are closed. They are convinced with that. And then in every house we have also relaxed parents and a wonderful world of natural learning. So this is the last but not least video, which is very important. Parents give not giving but providing space to each and every child for natural learning.
घरभर साऱ्या मुलं ही पळती, पसाऱ्यातही पहा हो रमती, धडपड त्यांची जाणूया, सहज शिक्षण पाहूया, पाहूया, सहज शिक्षण पाहूया. घरभर साऱ्या मुलं ही पळती, पसाऱ्यातही पहा हो रमती, धडपड त्यांची जाणूया, सहज शिक्षण पाहूया, पाहूया, सहज शिक्षण पाहूया. जोडण्यात मुलं रमती, प्रयोग त्यांचे बघूया, सहज शिक्षण पाहूया, पाहूया, सहज शिक्षण पाहूया.
This is the wonderful world of natural learning during pandemic, videos shared by our parents during this pandemic period. So with this, I would like to thank AECED for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to have a presentation of our school. You are mute, Shobha.
Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation and sharing all your activities and exemplary practices with a lot of innovations. It was really a eye-opener to know that a school has, especially a Marathi medium school, is practicing playway methodology right since 1988, and you have not just stuck at a particular process which you have said, okay, ye playway methodology hai, hum isi ke sath jayenge. You have continuously innovated, and I'm also very proud of the fact that it has been a inclusive school. You have not been, excluding children with special needs. And we could see through the photographs that peer learning is happening, and children are very sensitively interacting with the special needs children. Another wonderful thing that, new thing that I have come across is including the grandparents in the adjustment process during the initial days. And I'm sure it has helped both the groups, the grandparents as well as the children. And it has really handled the socio-emotional, stress that children are going through at that time. And grandparents have been great, comforting sources for the children to adapt to the school in the early years. All your practices, whether it was making your own school books or celebrating festivals to make the children conscious of what is there in their world. I mean, there is a proper interaction and bonding between the home and the school. And I think that is one of the greatest lessons we take with us. All the participants who are watching this episode of Spotlight webinar, that was one thing, the interaction between the school and the home, the amount of parent involvement, and also making the parents aware of the whole process of what exactly is early learning during the foundational years. That was, a very huge learning for all of us. We will now move on to the question answer session. I think you had one last video about, or this was it?
This was it about natural learning during this pandemic. The work we have done with the parents and form the groups of natural learning, observe natural learning of the children, means to give them the confidence that learning is the continuous process which is happening in spite of school.
Thank you so much. We will now move on to some questions that the audience would have for us. Is Rekha going to?
There's one in the chat.
Okay. So there are a lot of compliments. She says that she loves the sweetness of the regional language and the awesome tunes. A lot of compliments to your teachers, Rati, for making those beautiful, meaningful songs and also singing it in such a beautiful way with the tunes. So what are some of the strategies that you are using to convince the parents, to resist the urge to shift to English medium schools? Okay. What are some of the things? I mean, you already talked about involving parents with the school right from the very beginning. But are there still parents who are saying,
yes. No, they're not sending, but they have the tendency that in senior KG, they start teaching English to the parents, to the children. So we come to know suddenly the child starts writing ABCD or 1 2 3 4 करके जो चालू हो जाता है. So they have their in mind कि अब भाई बच्चों को English आना चाहिए करके. So that is the requirement of today's world and how we will cope up with that. So we again, the moment we come to know about this thing, we communicate with that parent. Actually, we in our school also from first standard, we not as a language, but in a playway method, we interact with the children. In our section also, there is no hesitance that we took English songs and there is no to English. Because in this age group, actually, as many language you can spoke around the children are there, the child will easily pick up those languages. So if we have a Gujarati teacher, the children will easily talk in Gujarati. So ABCD is not the methodology by which we will talk language to the children. Is the ये बहुत communicate करना पड़ता है we have to say that we have a English conversational effective our classes hai after 3rd standard. So I would rather say in our school, from our school, various students are in abroad and doing very well. They are in prominent field, doing very good job. There are many students who are from Marathi medium but have no this thing, English ka koi issue nahi hai. So we have to convince our parents, and that is the continuous job that we have to do. See, in the initial, in this foundation stage na, the more you talk with, connect with your parents na, the more you make the child relax. So this is, and I would like to say ki right from our trustees, they are in the communication with parents. There is no like thing कि अभी trustee है उनको कैसा मिलना है, ऐसे नहीं होता है हमारे स्कूल में. Anyone can reach to any person. It is a relaxed this thing atmosphere, and with that I think कि हम convince करते हैं continuously. We convince them, we show the bad effects of that, and thereafter it will be somehow we have a keep a close watch on that also, कि whether they are doing the same thing or not. So there are issues. नहीं तो one incident I would like to share with you कि एक admission हुआ था, तो वो बच्ची एक मीन्स बीच बीच में आती थी. She was not regular. So that Tai told me, we call our teacher as a Tai, not as a Bai. So that Tai told me कि she is not coming regularly. So when I interact with that child na, she said कि I don't like your school, I like Bhagwati school. Bhagwati is English medium school. So I was so confused what happened. So I called her parents. तो क्या हो गया था, माँ को मराठी में डालना था, इंग्लिश में डालना था. Father wants to enroll her in Marathi, so she admission was taken in both the schools, and she used to go that school also and this school also. So we have a conversation with them, and after that, that child's mother na, she was so now attached to our school, and she's loved so much these activities, and are now is very much convinced with the Marathi medium, mother tongue language ka benefit ka. So that type of watch and that type of problems are lots are there when we are in the Marathi medium school.
Yes. Any other questions from the audience?
It is there in the chat.
Promote respect for the opposition. Yes.
How
yes.
does your parent?
How the gender, it is about gender equality.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, I would like to say कि this thing is natural learning का जो concept आया था, उसके बाद में we started working on this कि we do have a photographs where boys are playing with some this thing, अपना घर कुल रहता है ना वो सब बांडी वगैरह, and we have a photographs of means ऐसे नहीं रहता है कि लड़की है तू ये काम कर, लड़के है वो काम कर. We have a actually we have a classrooms. Actually I would like to say over here कि ऐसे रहते हैं ना कि बच्चे means girls or boys, उनका section अलग हो जाता है. Means earlier we used to have that 1 to 13 boys. After that जो भी है वो बच्चों girls का section. So
Attendance.
we used to say attendance.
Attendance.
So we have to have boys का section अलग, means मुलं all boys come here and do this. We used to do that. But after this natural learning concept and all this thing na, in 2 to 3 years we reimagined our classroom also. We have this mix according to the age group, so there is no first boys and attendance like that, but we have a mix this thing, boys and girls, mixed group, working mix in a mix. So there is we have solved our gender issue like this कि there is no discrimination कि ये boys का है, girls का है, ये चलो ये girls काम करो, वैसे नहीं है. And basically because of this natural learning, also there is a change in my outlook also कि बच्चों में हम लोग डालते हैं ये कि आप boy है ये करो, आप girl है ये करो. So that also there is no such mindset in the beginning of the child. So we have to nurture that. Is the what I have learned from the again from that workshop Jinanka. So we are trying to do that in school also.
Ragna says every activity and interaction with the children is very meaningful, and the lockdown was a boon to every house where they all had a learning corner. So she
Yeah.
says superb, and she's complimenting you on putting Jinan's theory into practice.
Oh,
So
thank you.
congratulations. Yes.
Thank you.
Definitely, we
Yeah,
saw a
I'm
lot of
trying.
evidence, and
It
it is
is
so
a,
beautiful.
again, it is a long way to go, and everyone has to do it in their context. Means जैसे अपनी परिस्थिति है उसकी वजह से हमें करना चाहिए to balance the, because it is not 100% implication of their Jinan's theory, and it is very much not possible in the school environment if you have that activity based learning to happen the specific learning. So it is actually balanced, but we are trying to have more and more scope for that natural learning process. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
I want
thank
to say something. Hello.
Yes, yes,
Shobha?
yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Just compliment Rati that what I found is, along with all this excellent thinking that you have put for the children's sake, there is a atmosphere of trust. I found otherwise parents are distrusted by the school. Then there is distrust in the children. Will they do it? Will they not do it? Kaise hoga? But there is trust in the children's ability. There is trust in the parents, and it shows it is worth it, and grandparents. So, it feels like a big family.
Yes.
Everybody is thinking of the other person. And
Yes,
I
it
think
is a joint
it is
family.
really a big USP for your school.
Oh, thank you, madam.
Along with
It is a
everything else
big
that you are doing.
compliment for us from your side. Yes, it is big compliment for us.
I found that, and that relaxes the children, everybody, even teachers, as you said, the way you train them is one of the best examples I've seen.
Actually, it is again a cumulative process. Not I trained them. It is again a joint work efforts.
Yes,
that we
exactly.
do.
Because you trust them.
Yes. Full
You believe in what you are doing. You believe in the people who are around you, and then they give their best.
Thank you, madam. It is a big word from you.
I'm really happy.
Really honored by your word.
To have seen this, to have watched you.
So
thank you.
Thank you, Nalini ma'am, for your comments. And as you can see, Rati is really appreciative, and I'm sure she's going to be inspired to do better work. With that, if we have no questions, we would like to end the session. I would like to express my vote of thanks, especially to the managing trustees of Saraswati Mandir Trust, for not only giving opportunities to Rati to share the work that is happening in your school, but also from AECED, a compliment to each one of you for allowing her to, practice and innovate continuously for the welfare of children. And I'm sure you see quality education as a right of every child from what Rati has presented. So a big thank you to Saraswati Mandir Trust. I would also like to thank all the dignitaries who are attending this webinar, all the members of AECED, all the early childhood educators and students who are attending. I'm sure you're going away with a lot of learning and lot of insight. And here is one inspiration which you can really implement in your life as you start your careers as early childhood educators. From AECD, I would like to sign off. We will stop the session. All of you, a big thank you for attending. Bye, take care, and stay safe.
Yes, and thank you once again to AECED for giving us a wonderful opportunity.
We'll just stop the recording and the live share.
Yes.
I've just stopped the live stream.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I am stopping the recording also.
That was wonderful, Rati. I know it took more time, Purnima. I'm very sorry. But she had such a lot to share.